What's going on, folks? We'll see if we get some folks up in here. I'm going to get with it while I wait. Hope you all doing great out there. Hope you all doing fine. Hope you had a great 4th, by the way. I know I did. I had a really, really good time with my family, with my son, as always, enjoying our freedoms, enjoying celebrating our freedoms that a lot of putos and a lot of weenies are trying to take away from us daily. It doesn't stop. The war on our freedoms is a day-to-day thing. It's a 24/7, 365 type of get down. That's all it is. It don't stop. I understand people might be busy, so maybe this ain't a good time to go live, but I'll still talk on it. Even if there's nobody up in here, I'm still going to speak my mind. Well, the dog's over there tripping. I guess we're going to wait. Y'all are doing well. I'm doing all right myself. Not too shabby. I'm imagining that there ain't too many people getting notifications. And when they do, they're not able to get on. That's why I haven't been doing many lives, because I really don't know when it's good to come on and speak to the subscribers, right? I don't know what time is best for that. I'm not good with this live stuff. I'm still learning all this YouTube shit. I'm still learning all this social media shit. And I'm doing what I can with it, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely got some shit to say today. And I definitely want to hit on some topics and some points. I want to see how you guys feel about it. I want to make sure that I'm not the only one here tripping, right? What I mean by tripping is people tell me that I'm tripping, but I know I'm not tripping. I know I'm not tripping. And I know what I'm saying is correct, morally correct. Fuck the laws, fuck the man-made laws. Let's talk about morals. Let's talk about old school values and morals that we were taught that are basically non-existent in our culture, non-existent in our country these days. People want to go back to, and trust me, man, I'm 38% Native American. I know my history. I know the history of my ancestors. I know about the stolen land. I know about all that. But the point of it is, we aren't there anymore. We're not in that phase of life anymore. We are here and now. We're all fucking Americans. Bottom line. This great country is what is affording us the ability to live how we want to live, to not be controlled, to not fall into the mold of being told what to do. And if you do not do what you are being told what to do, then there will be repercussions, right? Wrong. That's not the fucking country we live in. That's the country they are attempting to make. They are attempting to create here because China and its ideologies, they want to push it on the US. They want to push it on California. China has California and New York in its back pocket. Bottom line. And a few other states. China has New York and California, just to name the two most popular states, in their back pocket. We know we're in debt to China, but a few of our states have already sold us out. And I believe that our government has sold us out as well. That's just me saying that. But I see there's 2 people in here, but nobody's commenting. Until then, I'm going to spark this up and ease my mind because I got some shit to say. Some real shit to say. Say what's up. I see 2 of you in here, but nobody's saying what's up. What's cracking? All right, let me see here. Let me get off camera real quick. Hold on. Light this shit up. Damn it. It's tough having puppies, man. They want to be fucking around with the adults. They want to be playing with them, and then the adults won't have it. You know what I mean? This is some good stuff, by the way. Oh, shit. You see, a lot of these politicians, they're paid off by China. That's why they pass all these stupid fucking laws that we don't understand. California is off the chain. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, somebody type a 1, because I don't know if my air that I got on might be hindering my voice coming across to the camera. So if one of you can hear me clearly on what I'm saying, just type in a 1. If you can't, let me know, and then I will adjust, right? But you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to adjust right now. Hold on. Because I don't think I'm coming through clear enough. All right. There we are. What's going on, folks? Oh, you guys can hear me? Lencho. What's up, Lencho? What's up, my brother? Lencho. That reminds me of an old homie back in the days from Mexico. We used to call him Lencho. Thank you for commenting, Lencho, and I hope you're having a great day, bro. And I hope you had a great holiday, and I hope you're stepping into a great weekend, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're constantly being attacked here, bro. Emotionally, right? Mentally, physically, spiritually. The attack on us does not stop. The attack on the straight masculine man does not stop. The attack on straight women, feminine women, does not stop. It's a constant fucking thing going on. It don't stop. It's a daily thing. It's 24/7. It's 365. It doesn't stop. Why do I, as a straight man, have to accept what someone else is doing that I don't give a shit about, but I have to change my whole shit over to what they approve, right? In order for me to fit in with society. But they don't accept me being a straight man, which I was born this way. This is our true DNA. This is the way we're supposed to be. You feel me? A man is a man. A man is supposed to be masculine. A man's supposed to stand his ground. A man's supposed to fucking fight to the death for what he believes in. God made us that way. Our own God made us that way. Whichever God it is, every God made us tough, made us to be men. We're the providers. We're the protectors. We provide security to our families. We provide a better way of living. We provide a roof over their head. We provide things that they can use in their day-to-day life, and some luxuries and stuff like that. But at the end of it, and at the bottom of it, and at the core of it, we protect them. If someone tries to attempt to come into your house and home invade your house, what are you going to do? Right? You know what I would do. I don't even need to say it, because it doesn't need to be said, right? What's already known does not need an explanation. It goes without saying. I was taught from a very young age, we protect our fucking family. We protect our women and children at all costs. At all costs. Right? So if somebody kicks your door in for whatever reason, it just could be a random thing, or maybe you're in some shit. But bottom line is, say someone kicks your door in, right? Oh, my shit went out. Say somebody kicks your door in, and it's two guys, maybe small dudes. Maybe you're 6 foot, 220 pounds in shape and pretty strong. And maybe you can defend yourself. Maybe you're like a martial artist or something, or you're a boxer, or just really good with your fucking hands, or you're one of these new MMA dudes and all this shit, right? Say two of these motherfuckers break into your house. You're bigger and stronger than both of them. But they got something you don't have. One of them's got a shotgun, and the other one's got a 9mm pistol. And they're very aggressive, and they're very angry, and they're fucking yelling at you and your wife. We're not gonna throw kids in this scenario, because we're not gonna do that. Just say you and your wife or your girlfriend. You're a person that don't believe in guns, though. You think that we need more gun reform. You think that we need to fucking take guns off the street, and we need this and we need that, and you can't buy this and you can't carry this, and you cannot buy this kind of gun with this many rounds, and you can't buy this rifle. This is an assault rifle, and you can't do all these things, right? You're one of those people that believes that. So in your home, you maybe got pepper spray, or you got your phone, right? Thank you, Mikey Kim. That's right. So me and you on the same page. But say, these two motherfuckers are strapped up and they come up in your house and now they get the drop on you. When they come in, you're coming down the hallway with a knife or your pepper spray or whatever, but they get the drop on you with the pistol. You see them and you freeze, or you rush them. Either way, it's going to end up where you're dead. Bottom line, because you're only going to be able to get one of them dudes, and the other one's going to pop a cap in your ass. So most people in that regard are going to freeze because they probably ain't ever been with the business anyway. You catch me? They didn't have that energy already to protect, to provide, to be there for the woman. That's right. 100%, Mikey. You already know, bro. Straight up is how I feel, right? They come in, they do whatever. They fucking tie the dude up. And I'm going to use this as a story that's a true story, okay? Not something I ever did because I never was in that type of shit. I never did that shit to people. I'm not. When I was younger and I was in my things, I dealt drugs. I dealt a lot of drugs. My brothers were involved in gangs, but they weren't the old school gangs that my brothers were involved in the beginning. They were old school. They had like mafia laws where you don't touch women and children and you don't do none of it. You just go after, the person that you're doing business with. There's no such thing as guilty by association with the mob and the mafia. And we lived by those rules. So, if you're going to harm people, you're harming people in the game. You're not harming innocent people, so to speak, which is, the lesser of two evils, right? But the point is, people come up into your house and they do that and they tie the dude up and they do whatever they want with his wife right in front of him. Now, this is a true story that I've heard back. This happened in Fresno, California, where I'm from. It was on the news a few years ago. Man, that fool's. He's a young puppy and he's trying to get the female and he's tripping because we won't let him get her. Oh, Tommy boy. Yes, my dog's name is Tommy. But anyways, so they do whatever they want. They fucking have their way with her in front of the dude, in front of the husband. After they're done doing whatever they want with her and he's watching tied up, they kill her in front of him and then they kill him and bounce. Kind of like that movie, right? What was it? Unlawful Citizen. But the twist in this is the real story is the guy died. He didn't get to come back and hunt the killers down and all this, right? Now, let's flip the coin. That's right. That's dope, bro. I got a couple of homies like that as well. Hey, bro, I've been free of that life for 14 years now, right? Involved in it for many years. I was just never the banger, but you know how it is. You don't got to be a banger when you're born into the shit. You're born into the shit. So being born into it in many different ways where I'm from is different because they got away from the shot callers. They didn't have no shot callers. Everybody does whatever they want within a boundary of respect. And that's how it was founded on. But when there's no respect, you know what I'm saying? That's when you start to see, hey, this game ain't for me. I don't need to be involved in these type of things anymore. That's when I noticed I didn't need to be involved in a dope game anymore, bro. Is when I started seeing motherfuckers coming out the pen and they're starting to try to tax me now. You feel me? They're starting to try to tax me now. It's coming. It's the call now is being made from up in there by someone who is now trying to round up the troops now that we're all wild. And he's trying to go back to the old structure of the captains and all that. You know what I'm saying? And when you see that, then you know the cause that you were involved in is no longer that anymore. There's only two things going to happen after that. Either you're going to get off or they're going to get off on you, right? So you do what you got to do and you get the fuck up out of it. And you go handle your business and you move on to bigger and greater things. A lot of times, man, a lot of people don't realize that they let the hood hold them down. The whole time they could be doing great things, but they get stuck in that hood life and that hood mentality, which is toxic than a motherfucker. That's poison, bro. The hood mentality is poison. Growing up thinking you ain't shit as a man unless you go to prison and bang on somebody. You ain't shit as a man unless you go to prison and stab a motherfucker up, start rapping and come out. And now you are a man because you're on TV, you got money, and you just did some time in prison and now you're out and now you're the big rap star. That's kind of like being the motherfucking formula for rap stars. And when it comes to females, the formula is motherfucking strippers, right? Strippers. When it comes to the female stars in the music game, when it comes to hip hop or street music, all ex-strippers. When it comes to the fucking rap stars, they're all fresh out the gang, still promoting that life. I should say fresh out of prison, still promoting that life, pushing that imagery on the screen for youngsters to see and fall in love with. You feel me? And I'm speaking from experience. My thing was I didn't fall in love with what I saw because what I saw on TV was already happening in my life. It was already real life to us. By the time I was 13 years old, I was seeing stuff in the street and I was understanding what stuff was. By the time I was 15, I was in the game. By the time I was 25, I had been in the game 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And handling that up here, though. To have longevity in the street, you got to have it up here. To have longevity nowadays in the street, bro, you got to have it up here and right here. Back in them days, this didn't matter as much as the respect. Now, this is respect. And this gets everybody popped. This gets everybody hit. This gets everybody fucking touched. Simple. Motherfucking simple. Yeah, bro. Mikey. Hey, bro, straight up. You just have to get the fuck out however you can. And then when you start having kids, bro, imagine this. Imagine how fucked up the game is. My brothers got up out the game, both of them. They did it for my mom. They got tired of seeing my mom, bro, suffering. Not only with them, but with me and my sister, because 4 of us were handling our shit in different spots at different times, doing our own thing with our own people. And my mom be stressed out about it, wondering which one of us wasn't going to come home, which one of us was going to get killed that day or whatever. Because when it's active, it's active. And it's not like, I know they say it's active now, bro, but it wasn't active like late 80s, early 90s, man, mid 90s, when motherfuckers were trying to prove themselves legitimately, but the smart way. Not talking about it, not going out there fucking telling everybody about it. Some motherfuckers will go on their own and do their dirt and keep it to themselves. Nowadays, everything's just put out there for everyone to see. Everything's just put out there for them to see. It's ridiculous, bro. And this imagery and this lifestyle and this energy that these rappers now are conveying and projecting through the telescope, the microscope, everybody's watching. This is the internet age is fucking booming. It ain't stopped since it took off, right? Internet and all this shit, social media and all these platforms and everything taking off. It's not an accident. This is all part of federal probing that's been going on. Federal probing. They sit back and watch all this type of shit, and they see motherfuckers conducting interviews here and all this shit and doing this and telling on themselves, man. Telling on themselves. Like it's something to be a stupid criminal. Bro, me and my brothers, we prided our motherfucking selves, bro, on being smart and never getting caught. Trying to not get caught. Of course, when you put in so many years, you're going to get caught down the line. But if you're smart, you're not going to get caught for what you're really doing. You're only going to get caught for what they think you're doing. You feel me? Which is usually lesser. But yeah. Yeah, hey, bro. When the riots were going on down there in 92 in Fresno, it was cracking because you got to understand, like, LA, Long Beach, Bay Area, well, you understand, but I mean, from my point of view, where I was from in Fresno, right? We were getting the influx of dudes running from murders down there. We were getting the fucking crazy, like some of the nucleus of the crazy motherfuckers that were putting in work out there that didn't stick around or get caught. A lot of them were smashing up north, and they were going to like Bakersfield and Fresno and Sacramento and all that. I'm from Fresno. We had a Gang of Bloods and Crips influx through the late, like early 90s. Early 90s was a bunch of them. Samoans, Diamonds, Six Deuce Diamonds, Four Trade Bloods, Pyrus, fucking all that. Yeah, it was, yeah, they would run up here, bro, and we would, okay, I'll give you a story. Just one story real quick. Through my brother back in 94. At the time, I had a 1983 tan Oldsmobile Cutlass on spokes and white walls, right? No hydraulics and no system in it, just a nice looking car. And factory paint, I just put wheels on it, a windshield, and a battery, and it was my car. A homie gave it to me where his girl had busted the windows out and took two tires off of it and stole and busted the windshield out and stole like a part of the distributor so he couldn't start the car. And he got pissed because he couldn't go over there and get it because he had a restraining order. So he said, "Hey man, they're gonna go out there and take that car unless you want it. Go get it, and then talk to me later. You got to fix this and this and this." All right, I went down there, did all that. 3 days later, had everything fixed. I was driving it. Well, we had a dope spot off by Fresno City College in Fresno, off of Blackstone and McKinley area, way before they built all the extra shit they got now. When it was back in the days, they had these little. It was like a little camp area, and they had these little small apartments that were all stacked up there, and we were out there and we were doing our thing, right? We had some stuff. It was a dope house that me and my brother shared through my brother-in-law, and we would kick it there every day. We show up. My brothers used to sometimes stay there. I'd stay there, and we would go back and forth. And sometimes none of us would stay there, but that was the spot for a little bit. So I just remember driving up one night, right? It's like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, summer night, and I'm dressed. I'm pulling up looking for my homeboy George. We're gonna go out. And shout out to George Villatoro, the homeboy, and Cesar Villatoro, his brother. They both been deported. They're in El Salvador. They've been out there for years, but they're doing well. They changed their life and everything. They're doing well. Sucks they had to go through some shit though to do well, but sometimes that's what we need, man. But I was looking for George because we were fucking up shit at the time, man. We were in shootouts and fucking all kinds of shit at the time. We were shootouts down fucking Blackstone, through Tulare, all the way to Holmes Playground. On like the fucking movies and shit, the shootouts in Calawa, fucking all kinds of stuff me and George were up to. The shootout over there by where the airplane crashed out there off of Olive and fucking what is it, Olive and Chestnut area? The Olive and Chestnut area out there in those apartments, recreation. Anyways, I was looking for George and I just pull up in front of the pad and there's nobody out there. It's kind of dead right now, but I know my brothers are there. My brother didn't have his Cadillac there at the time. They were walking. So I pull up, and when I pull up, there's a dude standing out there. He's probably about 5'10", 5'11". I'd never seen nothing like this, right? Good, because I only knew Asians at that point. I never met Samoans. So he's got a red tank top on, and I believe he's got like red khakis on and red and white Nikes, Cortez. And he's got a fucking, red bandana on, and he's got these fucking thick ass braids, long braids coming down. And he's just looking at me all tatted up, and I'm getting out the car, and he's like, "What's up, blood?" And he's walking up to me. And then my brother opens the door. Well, the door opens from the apartment right in front, and it's my brother T. And homeboy's walking up to me, and I'm looking at him like, "What the fuck's going on?" And my brother T goes, "Hey, man, that's my brother Rob right there." And homeboy stopped. And he looks, he goes, "Oh, this your folks? This your folks right here." My brother's like, yeah, that's my older brother Rob. That's the dude I'm telling you, just bring in the dope that you want to buy and shit. My brother's got it. And he stopped and he looked, he goes, oh, and excuse me, but I'm going to quote him. He said, oh, my nigga, it's cool. I was about to jack your motherfucking ass. He gives me a hug and he fucking shakes my hand. He goes, I was about to carjack your ass right now, homeboy. Like, for real, though. And I was like, that's why you were fucking coming at me like that? It looks like you were getting ready to reach for something. He's like, yeah. And he reaches behind, he pulls out a 9mm right there, right? And I'm like, damn, mine's under the seat, bro. And he's laughing and we're laughing. And my brother's like, that's my brother. Introduced me. That's OG Gangsta Rude. John Mamea. They're from Carson City and Inglewood. They're cousins and shit. Red Rum. I think it was Red Rum, OG Gangsta Rude, Bizak, and someone else that I ended up, and I met G-Bang, his nephew, years later when I was locked up. G-Bang was mixed. G-Bang was Samoan and Mexican. Biggest fucking Samoan Mexican I ever seen. Cool as fuck, too. When we were doing time together, he didn't remember me because I looked different. But OG Gangsta Rude was about to carjack me, bro. Yeah. Yup. Yeah, my homies, I got a bunch of them deported, bro. A bunch of Mexican homeboys from Mexico, too. That's how I got in the game back in 92 was through Mexicans from Acapulco, Guerrero, Mexico, and from Guanajuato, León, Guanajuato, Mexico. So, hey, what's up, Clara? Mikey, Kim? Man, I can't fucking Bruce Norris. All right. What's up, Bruce? Hey, what's up, everybody up in here? Man, I can't really see that. The print's so small, I need fucking reading glasses, but he was about to carjack me, right? So we're joking about it, whatever, but it was mutual respect. He saw I had red on and whatever, my brothers, whatever. So I didn't know my brother had just met this dude the night before. My brother T, who was banging in the streets, but banging. You know, when you had the color on, it was on. But out there in Fresno, there wasn't a lot of Southerners at the time. It was just Norteños and Bulldogs going at it. You know what I'm saying? So we were always involved in that type of shit. So he was an ally. He's like, man, I'm fucking with you guys. You guys bang. Who you guys rolling with? We told him. He's like, all right, man, we fucking, this Pyru blood with Carson City. You know what I mean? Inglewood swinging. I remember him saying that. And I was like, all right. And I remember we're in the kitchen. I'm looking at his tattoos, man. I saw all of his tattoos, but the ones that always stood out to me. He had Compton running down here, right? He was everywhere because he already had been to prison a couple times. He was 31 years old. 94, I was 19 going on 20. Excuse me. I thought it was 96. I was 16 going on 18. 17 going on 18. My bad. I'm high as fuck right now. But yeah, so he's 31 years old. He's OG. And I just remember the big old English O because the motherfucker was yoked, bro. He was about 5'11", 240, man. This motherfucker was just yoked, swole, and menacing. He looked like he was fucking mean, and he was. But if you were gangster with it and he knew you were gangster with it, he's cool with you. He'll let you come in at first, but it don't mean it's gonna be all good. You know how it works. You let a motherfucker come in, but sooner or later, off the jump, he's gonna have to prove himself, right? At some point. So oh yeah, it's weed, bro. Yeah, never any other hearts. Nah, I was never a person like that. But yeah, always cannabis, bro. I'm dealing with a bulging neck disc and a fucking herniated disc in my back. That's why I'm sitting like this, because I was involved in 2 car accidents last year, bro, and they fucked me up pretty good, man. That's how come I started doing this, because I've had more time on my hands now that I'm not out driving truck, or I'm not doing Uber or Lyft or doing what I was doing, right, to get my hustle on. So yeah, yeah, bro, and homeboy, he was with the business, man. He was John Mamea, OG Gangsta Rude. The last time I heard from him, I was locked up in 96, and that's when I seen his cousin, his nephew, G-Bang, come in, who's the biggest fucking Mexican Samoan I ever met. He's a blood. When I went up to him, I said, what's up, G-Bang? He's like, who the fuck are you, homeboy? And I was like, you don't remember me? He's like, I don't know who the fuck you are. He didn't remember me at all. I hadn't seen him in like 4 or 5 years. But he was a youngster. He was a kid at the time. And now I see him, he's like 18 or 19 years old. He's like a year younger than me. When I seen him before, he was 14. So I'm just like, no, that was 97, my bad. So yeah, it was just one of those things where we ended up becoming cool with him, and I would see him. He was out there doing dirty, bring money back. I was dealing with him. I was slanging to him. Then he started to get into where I was fronting him. And I would front him, he'd only want like a 16th or 8th and 8 ball. And I knew that he was getting high off of it because he started to lose his size. Gangsteroo was losing his size, right? He'd roll up with the big old, their cousins are the BOUT tribe. That's why I always say booyah. I learned it from them. Booyah, you know what I mean? I saw that, but they're big and fucking loud, bro, and strong motherfuckers. All about respect. All about respect to Samoan folks. And yeah, and we were cool as fuck, bro. One time, it was like 2:30 in the morning. Me and my homeboy George were coming back from Kalawa. We had just gotten a shootout with some motherfuckers out there over some women, over a chick that fucking homeboy George fucked, and he was trying to fuck her best friend. And they got mad and told the homies, and the homies, George was in the wrong, but that's my boy. What am I supposed to do? Leave him high and dry? No. So George wanted the gun, so he got the gun from the under the seat of the car, and he went running back to the fucking crowd, start dumping on everybody while we're standing there. We're fucking running through goddamn Jack in the Box about 30 minutes later on the other side of town, on the east side, trying to get something to eat. All of a sudden, we see a 78 Grand Prix pull up, slam, because he had a burgundy 78 Grand Prix two-door. The vinyl top slammed on stocks, but with beat. Always bumping Pyru Love. Pyru Love. Pyru Love. Everybody knows that song. That fucking shit's one of my favorites, right? And we're in the drive-thru. We're getting ready to order. He pulls up like this, facing the opposite way, so he can see us through our window. And he knows me and George. We've already done kicked it many times. We done hung out, all that shit. We know each other. We've been hanging out for a couple months now. And he just pulls up. He's like, "What's up, B-Dog?" He used to call us B-Dogs because you know how Bloods talk. They call each other B-Dog as it is, right? So he's fucking with Bulldog folks and associates at the time. So he would call us B-Dogs. "What's up, B-Dog? What's up?" So he rolls up. He's like, "What's up, B-Dog?" I said, "What's up?" He's like, "Hey, my nigga, your boy, hungry right now, and all the money I got right now is to re-up with you. Your boy's hungry. You gonna look out for me?" Tells me like that. I said, "Yeah, I got you." And he's like, when he said, "You're gonna look out for me," it was almost like he was deciding right there if he was gonna try to rob me or not again, because he was doing bad at the time, because what proceeded after this was crazy. So I'm like, yeah, without hesitation, because we cool. That's always looked out for homies. There's nobody out there that could ever tell you that when they were with Rob, that they paid for anything with me. That they paid because they didn't have to, because I was the one making the bread. So I always paid for everybody, whatever it was. Wherever we went, if we went to Macdonald's, we went to go get tacos, whatever. If you're with me, I got you. If I don't even know who you are and you're with somebody that's with me, I got you. That's the way I got down. And I seen it like that. So he asked if I could look out. "Hey, your boy hungry, your nigga hungry, you look out for me?" "Yeah, what do you want?" "Give me one of them Jumbo Jack fucking the number ones or whatever, right? Jumbo Jacks with the curly fries." I said, "All right." He goes, "Make that too." "All right, cool, no problem." He goes, "Okay, I'm gonna be back. Your brother's there at the spot?" I said, "Yeah, my brother's kicking." He goes, "I'm gonna go post up with your brothers. I'll wait for you over there." "All right then, B-Dog. One love. Pyru." Turn this shit up. So when Whack 100 does that, Pyru, he got it from real Pyrus. He's just copying somebody. He got it from real Pyrus, like the Samoans and all them cats out there in Inglewood and Compton and all them, right? And not to say that any Pyrus from any other city or state aren't real, but you know what I mean by that. Like the original Pyrus. And they were with the business. So went back to the dope spot, came up with the food. He's like, "Man, you got me both meals, man." I said, "Yeah, bro. You got me both. You got me two of them." "Yeah, man. Fuck. Cool as fuck." Ended up, he paid me for the 8 ball, and he asked me if I could front him an 8 ball. I said, "Yeah, sure. Fuck it." Bam. So he wanted to double up. He said it was going to be hot tonight. He wanted to double up, have enough dope. He didn't want to come back bothering me, whatever. Man, I didn't see that fool for like 3 days. I didn't see him for like 3 days, and all of a sudden, I don't know how my brother found out. I think he talked to one of their cousins or something. My brother calls me and shit. He pages me, right? And I hit him back up. He's like, "Hey, bro." I said, "What's up?" He's like, "You heard what fucking Gangsteroo did?" I said, "Nah." He goes, "Did you see that shit on the news the other night?" I go, "What?" He goes, "That fool was in the news. He robbed a McDonald's and shit." in Fresno. So that shit that Mac 10, that song that Mac 10 made back in the days off the album Faux Life, when he's got the little interlude where he's robbing the McDonald's. Hey man, and give me a strawberry shake for my daughter. Remember him and Ice Cube in the song and in the video or whatever? Right. That's what's up, bro. You know what? A lot of people tell me that, Clara, that I should write a book, right? And I met a dude a couple years ago that was going to do that. But the dude flaked. And the way that I work, when I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. You feel me? I'm feeling it. And then when I'm not feeling it, I won't do it. That's how I am with this. I have to feel this energy to want to come out here and do this. If I don't feel the energy, then I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to fuck with it. But yeah, a lot of people have told me that. Mike Kim, that's what's up, bro. Yup. Hey, man. And that, my brother told me, I had seen on the news a clip I had heard at my sister's in the background. You know, you walk in and I was talking to my sister, rolled up some weed, we're smoking it, whatever. And then all of a sudden I heard in the background the TV was on. It was like the 5 o'clock news or whatever. And they're like, murder suspect, and gang member leads Fresno Police Department on high-speed chase after robbing a McDonald's. All net. I heard it in the background, right? But I didn't look at it or nothing. I left. I didn't hear nothing else after that. So my brother tells me, I said, wait a minute. I heard that shit at Gina's. And he goes, yeah, that motherfucking, he goes, Gangsta Rude went up, he robbed the fucking McDonald's, bro. And he took the motherfuckers on a high-speed chase and shit. And they ended up catching him and shit. And he was already on the run for murder. He was already on the run for murder from down south. And then he capped somebody up in Fresno. Because he was banging hard, bro. Him and those Samoans were banging hard in Fresno. And like linebackers, bro. And offensive and defensive linemen when they get out the fucking car, bro. They were not fucking around. Bizak was like 6'5", 450. The other homie, I forget his name, Red Rum, he was about another 450, right? They're like 6'4", 6'5", man, 6'3", 400, 450. Gangsta Roo was like 5'11", 6 foot, 240, just yoked. And, but yeah, he ended up robbing a McDonald's. He ended up going to prison. When I met G-Bang up in 97, when I was doing time, his nephew, a few years later, 2 or 3 years later, whatever it was, he didn't recognize me. And we started chopping it up, and then he's like, man, he was telling me, I don't believe you know, Rude. I don't remember you, man. You just look a lot different now. And I'm like, bro, I'm not the same dude. I'm not wearing all that shit I was wearing. And I got money, you know, a little bit more money now. I'm different. I hang out with different people. I grew my hair out. I had a fade. I'm not bald anymore. All those type of things. And so he was just like, I don't remember you. I'm like, bro, you weren't in our business. You were always in the car. You're the 14, 15-year-old kid. You're Gangsta Rude's nephew. He didn't have you in the house with us, bro. And he was just like, because he was kind of trying to make me look stupid because that's how G-Bang is. He's cocky and he's bigger than you. And he'll like, I'll smash on your ass type of dude. You know, just egotistical. That's how G-Bang is. And that's how fucking those Bloods were, those Samoan Bloods were. They didn't give a fuck. They pushed their weight around. If they're cool with you, they're cool with you. If they know you'll ride with them, they're cool with you. If they know that you won't, they ain't gonna fuck with you. They'll smash on you and rob you. That's how it works. So, yeah. G-Bang didn't believe me. He goes, well, I'm writing to fucking John. And I'm like, OG Gangsta Rude. He's like, yeah, I'm writing to Rude. He's like, I'm gonna write to him right now. I've been writing to him since I've been locked up. He's like, I'm gonna write to him and I'm gonna tell him what you're telling me. And if I don't remember you, man, it's on, whatever. I said, whatever, bro. I said, I know he's going to remember me. Tell him. I said, tell him Rob D, T, and Rue and George from Fresno said, what's up? Just tell him that. And so 2 or 3 weeks go by, whatever. There's this tension between me and him. We're not really talking. Every once in a while, he'll come up to me. He's like, man, I still don't believe you, man. But give me a story then. And I start telling him a couple stories. He's like, yeah, that did happen. How do you know? I'm like, bro, I was there. And he's like, no. 3 weeks later, that fool's like, man, I should be getting a letter from Rude today, fool. So it's on. Either we cool or we squab it. I'm like, man, whatever, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Whatever at this point. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I'm sizing him up over his big ass and what I'm going to have to try to do to him. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck, all right, it is what it is. He wants to act stupid, but I'm like, nah, Rude knows who we are. Sure enough, That fool's cracking the letter open as he's fucking walking down the hallway. And on the back of the letter's got a big ass drawing, and it's Rude because Rude could draw. And it's Gangster Rude, his body all yoked up down to his tattoos and everything, drawn in red fucking pen, his pants, everything's in red ink, with the face of a mean ass pit bull with his braids and shit standing there with his, OG Gangster Rude. He wrote on the fucking back of the letter, he drew that shit. So when I seen that, he's opening it up and he pulls it out and he opens the letter. It's a short letter. And he's reading. He comes over to me. He's like, "Oh, damn, my nigga. Damn, I'm sorry, man." He goes, "Yeah, my uncle remembers you. He said you guys were fucking." He goes, "Here, read the letter." And I'm like, "No, you read the motherfucker, bro. Like, I was trying to tell you shit, and there's other people standing around that were waiting for something to happen because they thought I was bullshitting. These fools that were up in there with their tattoos all over them, swearing they're hardcore motherfucking G number 3 or whatever, but nobody knows them, right? And G-Bang's a banger. I'm not, but I was rolling with him and what I was doing. And so people know who I am, even though if they're like, no, Rob's not a banger, but yeah, I know him. That's the money dude. That's the dude that sells dope, but he's with the business too. If you fuck with his family or the homies, in those days, I'll bust shots, but that's just a security thing. It's just a man thing. If you're in that life, you got to protect yourself. If you're going to subject yourself to that kind of a fucking lifestyle, you better be ready to duke it out when the time comes. But yeah, he read the letter and Gangster Rude told him to tell me what's up, to thank me for everything I did for him when he was out. He remembers that he owed me a little bit, whatever. And I told him, squash it. I don't give a fuck. It's whatever. I wasn't tripping on that. And yeah. And Gangster Rude, after that, me and fucking G-Bang were like this. Because now he gave me the respect that I already had earned from his uncle and his other cousins and shit, right? And me and him became spade partners, man. And we wipe out the whole fucking pod, bro. Me and him were the best spade players. G-Bang, if you see this video out there, Robert Solis, G-Bang, I hope he's alive still. I don't know, because that fool was still heavily involved in that life when I seen him about 10 years ago. He was still deep into that and had just got out of prison. So wherever you are, bro, G-Bang, shout out to you, bro. Gangster Rude, man, if you're still with us. John Mamea, shout out. Red Rum, Bizak, all them Pyrus from Carson City and Inglewood, Samoans. Yo, always had mad respect for those cats because they were real motherfuckers, bro. And if you weren't on par with that type of banging, they weren't fucking with you, period. Check this out, bro. The name, when he told me his name, he heard I bust because I used to rap back in them days, right? I used to like rap and try to get in the battle rap and shit like that, but I wasn't that deep in it. I would just rhyme here and there, fucking around. And I remember my brother told Rude, "Hey, my brother raps right here sometimes, man." He goes, "Oh man, I got rap and shit. I rap too, man. Let me go real quick." I said, "All right." He goes, "I don't even need a beat." This fool started busting. It was the hardest gangster shit I ever heard with no beat and on point, bro. On fucking point. I was standing right there. I said, "Anyone ever get you in the studio?" He's like, "Nah, man, a real gangster ain't got no time for me fucking rapping. You know what I'm saying? We're too busy putting in work. You feel me?" I said, "I got you. You feel me, dog?" That's what he said in 1995, 94. Real gangsters ain't rapping because we too busy putting in work. I've heard of that guy dumbfounded. I've heard of that guy dumbfounded before, and the dude is pretty dope. He's got bars. He's got bars for sure, man. But I remember Gangster Rude, bro, and I remember them days. But my point is the masculinity, bro. What Gangster Rude recognized in me when he first saw me was just another person. He didn't give a fuck who I was. He was just gonna get me, right? Until he knew I was the dude who he befriended, which was my brother, who's a banger. So he had respect for my brother. My brother had respect for him. They already had talks about some stuff they were getting ready to go do and shit when he met me. So that's only recognized by masculinity, right? Femininity and feminine energy is not going to get respected that way. That gets treated a little bit different. Doesn't mean in a disrespectful way, but I'm saying as a man, that if somebody was to come up in my motherfucking house, they kick the fucking door in, 2, 3, 4 motherfuckers, whatever the fuck it is, they better know that a motherfucker's got what he needs everywhere, and the cameras are there for a reason. But if someone was to ever make their way into my house, right, I need to have firearms to have a fair chance. I need to have whatever the fuck firearms I desire to protect my motherfucking home, family, friends, etc., community. You catching the message there? Community, because we need to start protecting each other, because it's bigger than Northerners, Southerners, Crips, Bloods, everyone else. It's bigger than all that. We're all in the same fucking boat. And it's bigger than all that. The community that we need to protect is our women and children. And like my brothers, when they got out of that fucking life, they did it for my mom. They were the last ones still involved. And my mom would stress and then being involved in a lot of things and being shot and all that type of stuff. Not myself, but one of my brothers, right? Will do a lot to you, and it did a lot to my mom. And at that point, they put my mom to too much, dude. I did too. We all did. But they were the last ones, and they did it for my mom. They got away from it for my mom and my son. And it's the best thing ever, man. It's the best thing ever, because when you're born into that life and that's all you know, and your mentality is you ain't shit unless you go to prison and prove yourself in there with a bunch of knuckleheads and a bunch of dumb motherfuckers that got caught. Not saying they aren't intelligent after the fact, but during the time of whatever crime they were committing, they were stupid because they got caught for that. Not saying they're stupid overall, because some very intelligent people in there. I met many of them, especially the older men. Very fucking intelligent, of all walks of life, of every walk of life. These motherfuckers got knowledge, and some of them would be better politicians running the country than the motherfuckers we got right now, and the motherfuckers that are trying to run the country, and and all that other shit that's going on with it. But you know, it's just masculinity is to be respected, not canceled, not talked down on, not belittled, not made to be a bad fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Masculinity is a beautiful thing. Femininity is a beautiful thing, right? I'm not sitting here pushing my heterosexual beliefs on everybody. Oh, I'm straight, so you should be straight, and you need to be straight. And why can't you recognize that I'm straight? And what the fuck? I want my straight flag. My brother told me, he gave me an idea. Who's with me? He said, I don't know if it's out there yet, but he goes, we should make our own straight flag, bro. Like customize it, make our own straight pride flag. Straight pride. Hey, the way God fucking made us, right? In all of his grace, and the gifts that he bestowed upon men, and the gifts that he bestowed upon women, us. The thing about men and women, man, and don't get me wrong here. That's right. Mikey Kim, I'm with you. I was just having this conversation with my brother earlier. It's the reason why I wanted to come. Man, dude, you are touching on a lot of shit. You're almost thinking you're on the same wavelength as me. Sorry for you got to look at the scars on my dome, but this is how you know that I've been in some shit, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how you know you've been in some shit. You got some scars. There's another one right here too. This one's a wrinkle. This one's a fucking scar. But you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, you have to be a protector. You have to want to protect the women and children. You have to want to stop harm being done and prevent harm being done to those you love around you. You have to have that embedded in you. And it's something I believe that you're born with. And then sometimes when certain people don't have it these days, it's because it's been beaten out of them spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. You know what I'm saying? And that's my thing. I'm gonna spark this up real quick if you guys don't mind me, man. My back's bothering me a little bit, but you know. So, you know, the man has been under attack for years now. The straight Masculine, heterosexual male is under attack, my folks. That's right, Tina, I love that shit. My mom, back in the days, she used to pack. When my dad was younger, my dad packed. And we were in California. This was back in California in the 80s. My dad used to pack. My mom used to pack a little 22 in her purse. My dad taught her how to shoot. My mom was a good shot. And my mom wouldn't take no shit either. And my woman, when that happens, she will pack. My sister packs. Both of my sisters. My brother-in-law, my brothers. You know, it's just the way it is. And you know, when it comes down to it, yes, Tina, that's how it should be. That's how it should be. You should be locked and loaded, and you should be able to do whatever you please with a motherfucker that invades your fucking home or your vehicle or your space, period. That's the thing that's wrong with these youngsters that are not picking up the morals and the values that we had growing up. That's the danger of it. They grow up insensitive to this shit, and they think disrespect is normal, and they think rolling around doing whatever the fuck they want is normal. They get gunned down, they get killed, or they end up killing each other. And I used to be a product of that as a youngster. And what I mean by a product of it is I was living in that world. I was there. I've experienced it in many different ways firsthand. So when you see it and you get out of it, you see how fucking truly fucking toxic and stupid that mentality, the street mentality is. And then when you see guys like Lefty Gunplay, and you see, at least people like to talk trash about Mexican OT, right? And I'm not really a fan of the guy's music. It's just not my stuff. It's not my style, right? Some of it, I like it. There's a couple of songs like Johnny Dang, I fuck with that one. But a lot of other ones, they just a little too corny for me. But I respect the dude, and I respect his art, and I respect his journey as a man. Bottom line, just because I don't mess with his music, it's not like fuck you, fuck him, and diss him and all. No. But I do like the fact that at least he's not pushing the gang agenda. I do like the fact at least he's not pushing a certain visual and a certain frequency of energy to try to attract the youngsters to pay attention to him, to fuck them up and then them up and so on. And that's what they've been doing. And it started with us. It started with NWA and gangster rap. And I'm not against it. I love all that music, but now I understand what it was. It was cinematic for us because we were in the street living it already. When the music came out, we were starting to get into it. So then you're fucking listening to Eazy-E and Tupac and Spice One, and you're listening to Short, and some of these things, a lot of these things are relating to you. You're resonating with them, and you allow it to program you and hypnotize you. Then you're listening to X-Rated and Brother Lynch Hung, and you're drinking and you're smoking, and you're chilling with 4 or 5 motherfuckers that really don't give a fuck. Not that talk a lot, and they're like, oh yeah, when we get down there, we're gonna get down, and then they just fucking no. Motherfuckers that are with the business, and Mikey Kim knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah. Yep, we were broken, bro. I was so depressed when my dad went to fucking prison, bro. I was 10 years old. I was with my dad every day of my life. I can remember, always in the truck with him. My dad was a truck driver, all that. My dad went to prison when I was 10. I didn't see him for 4 years, bro. During that 4 years is when me and my brothers went just like that, bro. If my dad never leaves us like that, we would probably have been police officers, because my father wanted to be a cop, but he didn't pass the psych test. So instead, he was a truck driver during the week. Then he was a armed guard on the weekends at these nightclubs in Chinatown in Fresno, one of them called La Fiesta. And this was in late 70s. So my dad, he was living that kind of life, and he wanted us to be cops. So when I was about 7 or 8 years old, he put us in Kung Fu because he wanted us to learn how to defend ourselves. So we did that for a little while, like a few months, and off and on with one of his friends that my dad knew from the military. And then my dad went to prison. And during those 4 years, that's where the window opened. So you're right, Mikey Kim. Our families were broken, bro. And it affected our mothers, and it affected us. And when people say, look out for the kids, man, don't do that in front of the kids. That's so fucking major, dude, to the development of the kid and their life in the household and the energy that they're going to feel and the energy that they're going to project, because they're sponges. They're learning everything from us. All that. Remember the 80s commercials? I learned it from you. I learned it by watching you. Parents who use drugs have kids who use drugs. I swear to God, every one of the homies that I know, almost, probably I'll say 8 out of 10, that ended up in doing drugs had parents that did drugs, had either a dad or a mom or both that did drugs. The other 30% didn't, just got into it for the fuck of it because they were fucking with those guys. It's just a fact, right? My mom and dad didn't necessarily do drugs. I found out years ago that my dad used to do coke back in the days when he was the head guard over there at La Fiesta on the weekends. My dad would get into a lot of issues. But anyways, I was always around my dad and I wanted to be just like him. And then he went to prison and everything changed. I was depressed. I was a depressed kid, dude. I used to cry every fucking night. I used to cry myself to sleep because I missed my dad and I didn't know what the fuck happened to him. I didn't know where he was at. I just knew he was gone. And it felt like he died. You feel me? My dad died to me that day and the days after that I didn't hear from him. And then we would get letters from him here and there, and we started writing him here and there, but then we lost contact after like the first 6 months of him being incarcerated. So I went a good 3.5 years after that with no contact from him. None. We had no contact from him. Didn't know nothing about my dad, just always thought about him though. And it still bothered me 3 years later, 3.5 years later. You think about it, right? It's there, but you don't really understand the effects of it on your life or your siblings or your family members until you're older and you have time to reflect, because hindsight's always 20/20. You're like, damn, man, wow. Like, that's what the fuck we were really doing, man. Like, wow, dude. Like, wasted so many years in the fucking street, bro. The street ain't got no motherfucking healthcare plan. The street ain't got no motherfucking retirement plan. The street ain't got no kind of motherfucking plan. The only kind of plan you better be dealing with if you're out in the street is a motherfucking life insurance plan, because I'll guarantee your motherfucking ass, you're going to end up dead. The streets nowadays are way more cutthroat than they were before because you have a lot of fakes and phonies. You have a lot of spies. Back in our days, there was no spies. They weren't allowed in. You just didn't bring anybody in. Everybody didn't. You had to know somebody. You had to be a family member of a family member or a family member of a homeboy or something to be let into what the fuck we were doing, because you know how it is back in the hood. Not everybody's doing the same thing to get money. Some are, some aren't. This fool's doing that. This fool's doing this, and this. And you just can't have everybody up in there knowing all this shit. But then over the years, the streets got softer. Fools with money start buying their way in. Not the way it was where the big homies had money that were already in the game and you got put on and you're in the game like that. No, where you earn your way in, these fools come in and start buying everything up and everybody sees money and they give him instant respect. Instant respect because he's got money. Instant respect because the dude just came out of prison. But here's my thing. Here's my problem with Lefty Gunplay. My problem with that guy. Personally, I have no problem with the guy getting his money. I'm glad that he's able to take care of his family, to take care of his mother and all that, because I know what that feels like on my level. But musically, to go out and say that you're the best rapper out because your sales and all the money you're making, we know you're making money, bro. We know people are digging you. We know you're the hottest thing right now when it comes to rap music in general. You've transcended the Chicano rap label that they put on us for years, right? You've transcended that and you've broken that barrier, bro. I'll say you more than King Lil G right now, to keep it a buck. It doesn't mean that I think he's a better rapper than King Lil G, or he's not even better than Baldacci. He's not even better than what's his name? That fool used to be Tyrant, but he calls himself Cujo now because Toker gave him that name, right? Or the homies up north, and they got dudes up there that can spit, right? Gold Toes with all his family and folks out there that he does. So Lefty Gunplay, is just being put out there. Look at how they put Tekashi 6ix9ine out there. Look how Crit Mac was out there a little while ago, right? Now you got Lefty Gunplay. People don't notice that there's a trend here. People don't notice that this is not a coincidence. People don't notice that this shit right here is the plan. They're targeting certain demographic of children. They've been doing it for years with the black folks, then they're doing it for years with the white folks, they're doing it for years with the Mexican folks, and they do it for everyone else that pays attention to the attacks on these people. Because it's not just segregated attacks, they're attacking everybody somehow. They're attacking everyone somehow. We're all the same. There's no difference. Some of us got more money than others. Some of us got less money than others. Some of us are more healthier than others, but we all bleed, live, sleep, shit. Some of us the same way, some of us not, but we all do the same shit. We all end up in the same motherfucking hole at the end of the motherfucking, when it's all said and done. If we're going to fight for something, if people are going to sit back there and they're going to say, I'm going to fight for what I believe in, I'll fight for what I believe in. No, that's not what it looks like. Fighting for what the fuck you believe in more than likely is going to involve death. And more than likely, it's going to involve combat. It's going to involve getting with the business, so to speak, getting busy. And if you ain't never gotten busy before in the way that I'm talking about, you need to start learning how to get busy pretty fucking quick. With the quickness, how we used to say back in the days, with the quickness, homeboy, you better learn that shit. And I know everybody here already knows what I'm talking about, but for those that might watch this video later and not know what I'm talking about, you see, the idea of the Second Amendment is for us to be able to protect ourselves against the government if we need to, right? And I'm not saying that we're going to have to. I'm not saying we're not going to have to. But I'm going to say that I've seen a lot of weird shit going on out here in Phoenix. I've seen a lot of influx of a lot of Chinese nationals when I was doing Uber and Lyft. I've seen a lot of folks from the Congo. I've seen a lot of folks from Venezuela. I've seen a lot of folks from Colombia. I've seen a lot of folks from, where else? Brazil. And a lot of them undocumented. And how do I know this? Because they say it. They're saying they just got here at the time. They're saying, I just got here. Oh, yeah, I just barely came here. Oh, I'm going here. I'm going to see my brother. He got here 3 weeks ago. And some of them, they all speak English really good is the crazy thing. I hadn't run into any of them that didn't. But there's been an influx and there's an infiltration. And they are attacking us from the infrastructure. You understand? A slow but steady, slowly but surely, a steady attack, little by little. And they're starting from the inside out. What up, Cindy? Clara? Mikey? Yo, what's up, Cindy? Hey, man, I was trying to text you a while back. What the fuck? Cindy, you didn't even answer and shit, fool. But yeah. That's right. That's right. That's right. Commitment to excellence. Yep, that's right. No, it was a while back when me and my brother were up in California because I was looking for some trees and I thought maybe you had a hookup out there, so I didn't have to be driving around that motherfucker. It's legal. It's legal. Hey, it's fucking legal. I'm talking about marijuana. Look, marijuana. That's as far as it goes. That's where the buck stops, buddy. We don't know. No. Never have, never will. It's like Coca-Cola. It's like 7-Up, right? Caffeine. Never had it, never will. Booyah. Booyah. So it's coming down to them attacking our shit from the inside out. And it's going to be like through the food plants, through the water fucking plants, everything with our infrastructure. They got these fucking spies that are coming in one at a time. They're even at these microchip plants that are being built in Phoenix, man. I've heard stories of some crazy stuff out there that they've seen. You know, the Chinese folks walking around out there, these rich higher ups when they first start building it and shit, and they want this, they want that, or whatever. But it's just, and I'm not saying anything against Chinese folks or Asian folks in general, no, or any other folks I mentioned in general, no. I'm just telling you my, hold on real quick. I'm just telling you my situation of the people that I came in contact with and where they were from. And these people are folks that are in most cases fresh out of prison, men and women. Is there some of them see, like I think it said it's been over 3 million or something like that the last 2 years? 3 million people have come in south of the border, undocumented. And now when they come in, and they've been doing this for a while now, if you didn't know, when these undocumenteds are coming over, and these are military aged, they're not fat, they're not out of shape, men from all walks of life, different parts of the globe, all showing up at the same time, all coming across at the same time, all getting a free pass. They get documented, and they get a court date for 4 years later and tell them to show up back in 4 years for their court date for asylum. But meanwhile, they release them into the United States with money, in some cases with vehicles, high-end luxury hotel stays, housing vouchers, all kinds of shit that we're not fucking getting as Americans, as legal, tax-paying fucking Americans. We're not getting none of that shit. They're not taking care of us. They don't give a fuck. Yup. Yes, sir. Yes, and that's where I was going to, Mikey, my next, what I was going to say was right there. I was going to say that, how they've been buying for years, right? Now check it out. I told the story before how my boss, vote blue? Fuck no. Cindy, are you crazy? You're fucking free Obama. Fuck that motherfucker. Fuck that. Yeah. Yeah, Cindy, you're always changing your shit. You're always bouncing around everywhere. But it's not about having the right person in there. I think people need to see that when it comes down to it, there's really no choice. You're choosing the same thing. It's just the lesser of two evils, right? And I think most of us are just worried about the money in our pocket right now and worrying about us and taking care of us. And me, I'm in the same fucking boat. Keep it a fucking buck, right? We all need to fucking feel less like a fucking slave and more like a member of the United States. And not the corporation, the fucking people. We the people. And everybody's forgotten that. We the fucking people. Like Tom Macdonald said, we the people are fucking pissed off. We're upset and we're through fucking, like Tupac said. First you come talking, hey man, we're hungry. We knock on the door. Tupac said this back in the days. Man, when you're hungry and you knock at the door and you're like, they open the door and you're like, hey man, I'm hungry, man. Is you guys got something in there we can eat? And they're like, nah, we're sorry. And they close the door. And you go back again, you knock again, and they open the door. Hey man, I'm hungry, man. I've eaten 4 days, man. You got something to eat? He goes, and they got the door open. There's sandwiches and shit being thrown around in the background. They're like, no. Well, the next time you come to that door, you ain't going to come to that door like, hey, man, I'm hungry. You come in busting through that motherfucking door. 2024, we are busting through that motherfucking door. I'm going to make a shirt that says, busting through that door 2024, because I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the segregation. I'm tired of the dividing. I'm tired of, at the end of the day, it comes down to this. If you aren't part of the club and I'm not part of the club, and you could take a tally of, are you part of the club? No, yes, no, yes. Whoever's not part of the club, it's us against the club. Joe Biden is a part of the club. Is Donald Trump a part of the club? I'm still 50-50, and I go back and forth with that sometimes. Sometimes he makes me feel like he isn't. Sometimes he makes me feel like he is. And I don't know if it's a psyop sometimes. I don't know if it's real. If they're showing us some shit to fuck with our mind and program us. I don't know what it is sometimes. But what I do know is whatever the fuck's going on with Joe Biden, they know that motherfucker's got no scruples left. They know that motherfucker's up there, you know what I mean, fucking being held up with popsicle sticks fucking tied around his fucking legs all the way up to his back with duct tape under those fucking pants to keep him standing up. And if you look at his facial gestures and everything and how he's looking at Trump and shit, he's all, it's like, bro, he looks like, my brother told me this, he looks like fucking Dunham, Jeff Dunham's doll, don't he? Don't he look like Jeff Dunham's fucking puppet? It's almost like that's their real life puppet, and they prop him up there while the elites sit back and laugh at us because we're dealing with this shit, and motherfuckers ain't woke up yet. Yep, it's all about the economy. That's right, Tina Trombetto. That's right. That's right. Raider Mac. Hey, Raider Mac. Hey, bro. Hey. Hey, God bless you and your family, Raider Mac. Sorry, guys. I see your other comments, but I seen her just. Yeah, I mean, hey, Raider Mac. I'm with you, bro. I've been through that in my own way, man. And man, bro, I think that so most of us are in the same boat, right? Walter, most of us in the same boat. They found the obituary of his son's laptop. Who's Joe, Cindy? What Joe? Man, I'm trying to catch up here. My bad. I've been rambling, you know, talking my shit, and I ain't been paying attention to the comments. I apologize. Hey, Raider Mac, man. All blessings to you and your wife, my brother. Good energy I'm going to send your way. Good energy to you and yours, brother. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, Joe, that's a fucking clone or some shit, right? Right, Cindy? Hey, Cindy's my special operative, though. Cindy Lopez, special operative. Special operative Cindy Lopez reporting from Area 61. Hey, you already know, Raider Mac. You already know, man. This shit ain't easy for nobody, man. And everybody's got something going on, and we definitely could use a kick in the ass when it comes to the economy, right? We're still making the same amount of money, but everything else is costing more. It's costing more to rent. It's costing more to buy. Food's costing more. Medicine's costing more. Gas is more. Tires are more. Tampons are more. Motherfucking toilet paper. Fucking wipes. Fucking toothpaste. Goddamn. Everything's just fucking skyrocketing. You're like, Jesus Christ. When can a man get a fucking, a 6-pack for fucking $4.99 anymore? $3.99. A 6-pack of fucking Budweiser. You know what I mean? For $3.99, what happened to those fucking days, bro? Like, goddamn. Oh, that's dope, homeboy. An outhouse. My grandpa had one for years. Never wanted to upgrade. Up until 2000 when he died, he had the outhouse there. He didn't know any other life. He didn't know a bathroom in the house. My grandpa died not knowing that. Experienced it a few times, but not knowing it, like for his everyday life at his home. I'm sorry, Raider Mac. Hey, Tina, see, we're all in the same boat, Tina. We're all in the same boat. I'm dealing with disability right now. They denied me. They don't want to disable me, and I fought against doing. I didn't want to, because I don't want to be tied down to that income. But I thought I would give it a shot, right? But in the state of Arizona, they automatically, for herniated disc in your back, they automatically, the first time they deny you, so then you got to do it again. So I'm just thinking I'm going to tough it out, and I'm going to just do what I got to do to work and go back to maybe driving truck or something. And I'm glad that I'm able to still be able to do that. And I feel bad for the ones that can't, and for the ones that are going through hardships worse than mine, because there's folks really out there struggling, like Raider Max saying, and there's folks fighting out there handling business like Tina Trombetto. We're all in that same boat. A lot of us are all in that same boat. It's us against them. We're not part of that club, folks. If we were, would we be struggling? No. Right? No. I need some water bad. And now I need some of this. So my bad. Let me get off the screen here. Show some respect. I shouldn't even have pulled it out there, but my bad on that. But you know. Hey man, I'd rather be smoking some cannabis, good cannabis by the way, than popping pills. You know what I'm saying? That's just my belief. If this is gonna kill me in the long run, I'd rather it be this than some motherfucking pills. Bottom line, but it takes my pain away for the time being. Where the fuck's my ashtray? Oh shit! What did I do with that mother? Oh fuck! It's way up here. Hold on. But yeah. Yep. Oh man. Hey Raider Mac. Hey. When Mac Dre came out of prison in what was it? 96? 98 or 99? Or was it 99? Fuck. No. It was 97 or 98 he got out, right? Mac Dre. Well, I remember when he got out and he came out with that one song, and Life's a Bitch is the name of the song, and it's fucked up, man. When I heard that shit, I'm like, I had a new reality because of what I was living at the time, and I knew what he was saying was the fucking truth for a lot of us, and it's fucked up. But it makes me feel a certain way. You feel me? It makes me feel a certain way because I know what I've done and I know what I haven't done, and I know I've been a good dude and a good person, but it's almost sometimes for some reason when I take 5 steps ahead, something tries to pull me 3 steps back. Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with right now, bro. Back spasms really bad. Certain parts of my back get numb and shit, and it feels weird. I can't feel it because the disc is so herniated. The guy's insurance and my insurance wouldn't cover the fucking surgery, so you're stuck with whatever treatment they can give you, injections and shit like that. I said no to the injections in my back, but at first they did inject me in my chest, and they injected me in my back. And the weird part about that is I'm starting to notice that those injection spots, they call it trigger point. She called it trigger point. The doctor did. They gave me one here and here, and then they gave me 2 on my shoulder on top and lower right shoulder. And she wanted to give me more, and I was like, no. And I've noticed, I got those like 5 months ago, and I noticed they were to numb, right? To numb me. And they did that, but I noticed afterward, all that spot right there, those 2 spots that they hit me at, stayed tender, and in the back stayed tender, and I'm having spasms where she stuck me at. I don't know if it's a coincidence or what, but it just, yeah, you know, she's like, herniated discs are bad, you know what I mean? You should get injections. And I said, nah. They wanted to inject me an epidural in the back and all that. Nah, fuck that. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'll just deal with that shit. You know what I mean? Fuck it. It is what it is. I just have to, right? We have no choice. I fucking have to deal with it. I'm a man. It's what I got to do. Life is fucking hard. It's what the fuck I have to do, and I have no other choice. There's no other option. Yep. That's right, Raider Mac. That's right, Raider Mac. Yes, and have to be in that right energy. You're right, Cindy. And I'm just discovering that after I just lost 32 pounds, bro. Cindy, yeah, I lost like 32 pounds. I've been exercising again and working out and all that type of shit. So feeling a lot better, sleeping a lot better, just dropping the weight makes me feel a lot better. So yep, Trump. Hey, Trump is funny as fuck, bro. Trump is funny as fuck. See, now what you're gonna get from me is, of course, I ain't fucking with Biden. That's just beyond the question. I ain't been on that. I ain't been fucking with any of that for like 15, 20 years already. It's none of it. But I ain't all the way Republican either. But I believe a lot of the shit, my beliefs. I have a lot of conservative fucking views I didn't know were conservative. Keep it a fucking buck. It's just the way that my parents taught me certain morals and all that type of shit and certain things you do and don't do. And Kennedy Jr., that's the thing. There's talk that they're trying to get Biden to drop out, right? Because of his showing on the debate. Now you're going to get me going, Cindy. They're trying to get Biden to drop out of the race, the Democrats, right? But they don't know who they're going to replace him with. Some people are talking about Gavin Newsom, which that motherfucker's scum, dude. That motherfucking California crook ain't going to fucking win shit against Donald Trump. They're looking at the effect of, okay, we don't got a candidate that can beat Donald Trump. We don't got a candidate that even wants to take it on short notice. What are we going to do? So there's been some talk. I'm waiting for the AT. That's fucking hilarious, bro. Big Mo Raider. That's fucking hilarious. I'm waiting for the fucking. Yeah, thank God, not me. Thank God. But there's talking about it's going to be Robert Kennedy Jr. And they asked Robert Kennedy Jr., right? A lot of people like to call him like Trump. Trump's hilarious because he's saying the truth, but it's fucked up. The drug addict. Oh, he's a drug addict. Yeah, he's a big heroin addict. Yeah, just big heroin addict. Seen it many times. Fucking Trump's hilarious, dude. The way he trolls motherfuckers, but he does it with facts. That's why I respect him, right? But then I look into this shit for myself. Let me check out who Robert Kennedy Jr. is, and I do a deep dive on him for hours, dude, looking up all kinds of shit, because you shouldn't speak on something unless you've done your research, right? And I looked him up. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Mikey Kim. You're right. Trump and Kennedy share a lot of the same ideas and ideology, believe it or not. See, Robert F. Kennedy gets the rap of he's a Democrat. He's not even associated with the party anymore. He's an independent. He dropped the Democratic Party, because he said it's not the old school Democratic Party anymore. It's not his dad and his uncle's Democrat Party no more. So he wanted nothing to do with it anymore because now they're too far left. He called them radicals himself. So he talks about why he's in it and what he wants to do and all that. But then you see the history of everything he's been through. And you look at it from the perspective of his uncle was murdered on TV. His dad was murdered on TV. He was a 14-year-old kid. There was a lot of depression in his home and the family from the murders of the sons and the brothers. And he, at a young age, became a heroin addict at 14 years old. Bobby Kennedy Jr., if you didn't know, which most people do, right? He was a heroin addict. And he was a heroin addict for, I think he said he's got 40 years sober now. And I forgot how old he is. Oh, he was an addict for 15 years, I think he said. 15 years or something like that. Yeah, he was an addict for 15 years. And he's been sober for 40 plus years. He's been sober. The guy's an environmentalist. He's all about he's all about the environment. And this dude's been studying it for fucking years. And he's met a lot of people. He's met so many people in high places and low places, and he's seen a lot of things. And he's outing a lot of these people, right? And so when he gets attacked, what is he getting attacked for? He's getting attacked for being a drug addict, which he's long. When you understand why he became a drug addict, he wanted to numb himself. He didn't want to deal with the idea of his dad and his uncle being killed. He didn't want to deal with any of that and having to hear about it. So he numbed himself. He fell into drug abuse. But he pulled himself out of it. And he's been sober for a long time. And that counts for something, right? That counts for something. As a man, I got to respect him for that. I'm just all about whoever's going to take care of everything that we're reading up in here, all the stuff that's going on. We all need help. Our money, our taxpayer money should not be taken from here, being printed up and just fucking sent over there while we're dealing with all this here. Robert Downey Jr. That's hilarious, bro. That's a good one. Yeah, Tina, I feel you. Tina. Like, I know right now, like, for me, I look at it as a win-win, like this. If Trump becomes president, I think we'll be okay in the immediate future. I think he will take care of a lot of shit that needs to be taken care of that ain't been taken care of. Trump will get on it from the jump. That's what he's going to do if he becomes president again. He will get on it from the jump and he will take care of everything, right? Yeah. Yeah. Damn, Raider Mac, I feel you. Yeah. And it's just one of those things, man, where which fucking puppet is actually going to look out for us? Are they really ever going to allow anyone into the presidency that wanted to be like a JFK or wanted to be like a Robert F. Kennedy or like a Ronald Reagan? Anyone that actually stayed away from the private sector. Hey, I appreciate all you guys out here fucking interacting and shit. I'm just sitting back here, getting ready to go up inside and start cooking. Because I'm hungry. Like a motherfucker. I try to fast like 18 hours every day. I fast 18 hours and I just eat a little something, drink some water, and then do my little walk or running a little bit. Everything will be cool. But yeah, man, you know, at the end of the day, we're all Americans. At the end of the day, we're all here. At the end of the day, this is our life. This is our land. This is where we're from. And our government, if they're going to do anything for us, they need to remember that they work for us. And whatever president gets in there, like I was going to say, if it's Trump, we're in a win-win situation because he's going to take care of things right away. And we'll be good for the immediate, maybe a year and a half to 2 years. And then there's some shit that's going to happen going into the next presidency like it always fucking does. Right? If Kennedy were to fucking slide in there somehow, if the Democrats adopt him as their candidate because they're just like, we just want somebody that they think that can beat Trump. Now, here's the thing. Can he beat Trump? I don't know. I'm not going to say he can. But what I'm going to speak on is what he is and what he can do. And for this, I got to raise my glasses. The dude is smart. He's intelligent. He's been out there for years, city to city to city, country to country to country, port to port, all this stuff that got to do with the environment, all kinds of shit. Studying the law, suing motherfuckers, suing countries, all this shit. He knows the dirt a lot deeper than people think. Right? And all they're going to try to do is adopt him. And he said he would be open for that. They asked him, would you be open for to adopt, an invitation from them to run as their candidate? He said, yes, he would. And it wouldn't change his views or his ideology or nothing. He would just be running, through them, but as an independent. So is that a slick way to get a Democrat in office? They use a Kennedy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Kennedy's the Antichrist, but man, the guy's really good. The guy's charming. The guy's got some muscle. He's active. The dude takes care of himself. He's come back from nothing. He's come back from being a low, fucking down, done, almost out drug addict. And he's come back in a major way. And in this country, we love comebacks, but we also love and respect honesty, straightforwardness, straight to the point, no bullshit, all bullshit aside, no cliches needed. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. No, Cindy, I wasn't calling him the Antichrist. I was saying, is he? Because some people are thinking that. You feel me? No, I know he's not. I know it's definitely not him. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, are they trying to pull a fast one? I hate to think like that. Like, are they trying to maybe sneak Kennedy in there? Because the guy can talk, and if anyone's going to be able to kind of, I don't want to say hold their own, but at least not get their ass whipped up there, it's going to be Kennedy. And for Democrats, the Democrat voters, they'll be like, oh, fuck it. At least it ain't Trump. Boom. Right? Fuck it. And I think that might be the remember the okie doke? If you don't know what the worldwide okie doke is, study it. But could we be on the verge of a fucking okie doke right here? Are they pulling the old fucking okie doke? They got the ace in the hole. They got something up their sleeve. It's the tip of the rabbit hole going at. That's something else. My bad. Back to the program. I'm tripping over here. Yeah, and I think that in my heart of hearts, I think it's going to be Trump that wins it. It's going to be Trump. But man, folks, I'm glad you guys came through. I'm glad you guys been here with me. I'm glad you guys took the time to be here with me and chop it up with me. Cindy, send me a message on Instagram or something. And but I'm gonna get up out of here. I gotta go. I gotta start my cooking up. I didn't realize it was fucking 6. I was like, damn, I didn't realize it was that late. But yeah, Mikey Kim, Raider Mac, Tina. Oh, is that Boomcat? Boomcat said I'd take Ross Perot right now. Oh shit, that was a good one. I remember Ross Perot. I wanted him to win. Hey, I'll vote for that little rich motherfucker from Texas. Fuck yeah, I got family from Texas. He's a Texan. All right, at least he's gonna get us fucking right with the economy because that motherfucker knows his money, right? Right? Kind of like the Trump before Trump, if you think about it. A little like bootleg Trump, you know what I'm saying? Ross Perot was like a bootleg Trump. Tried to flex a little bit, but when it came down to it, they fucking ate him up, man. That was fucked up. His donkey ears, yup. He had them fucking. I had a homie, Pascual Mendoza, fucking Cuaco from Fresno. Motherfucker had ears like this. He said, man, dog, Bitches love my ears, dog. They fucking love my ears, dog. They fucking say I got the Will Smith ears and shit, dog. And I was like, motherfucker, you kind of do look like Will Smith. He's like, yeah, I know, dog. Like, what the fuck? That was always trippy that he did kind of look like Will Smith. The Mexican Will Smith, if you could imagine that. That was the homie, though. Yeah. I voted for the Komodo dragon to swallow the goat. Everybody's talking about goats. I'm like, fuck being a goat. I want to be the Komodo because you see them videos when the goat's standing there and the Komodo comes up and just swallows that mother. Like, I don't want to be a goat. I just want to be the Komodo. Baby Trump. Ross Perot was like a bootleg Trump. Yeah, that's crazy. That was a good one, though. That was a good one. Who's I forgot. Boomcat brought that up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be Trump this year, man. It's gonna be Trump. And I'm not, like I said, it's a win-win. The difference that I feel was it's one of two things. Either it's a scam to get Kennedy into the presidency as a Democrat on the unders, or it's legit and it's gonna be the way Kennedy says it is. Or Trump's just gonna, blow him out of the water. At this point, in my heart of hearts, before I go, I don't think anyone else has the political or financial power to fuck with Trump and his presidency, especially this year. That's the bottom line. That's how I feel about it. All right, guys. Hey, what's up, Woody? I see Woody's up in here. Man, how'd I miss fucking Woody? Woody was up there. Woody Pena. That's fucking, hey. DJ Woody Pena is a Fresno legend. Him and guys like David Cadillo and RJ in the Mix and the other homeboy that just passed away. They used to call him Nick Mata. Rest in peace to that homeboy. I met him a couple times. Woody Pena, David Cadillo, and the other homeboy I mentioned. Fresno DJ legends and legends in the music business when it comes to Fresno, period. And but yeah, good dudes, man. Woody Pena is a fucking dope musician as well. Elon Musk, hey, yeah, but that guy's a fucking weirdo, bro. You don't think so? You know he's a fucking Chinese hybrid, right? To be businessman, not businessman. Yeah, you're right. Man. The comments got me fucking rolling right now. I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, hey guys, I'm sorry to cut you, but maybe I'll come back in a little bit. Tonight, we'll talk some more. How about that? One love. I'm out. Thank you guys. Love you guys. We'll see you. I'm all over the place with the chops. Cindy, I'll chop it up with you later. I got some food to make, and see you guys next time.